Today is a perfect day for replacing my OEM manifold with this one, then doing the before and after test, see how much we gain or we lose, and also one more experiment, but I'm gonna tell you a bit later about it. Now this manifold do be looking a bit sus, and the reason is, I don't know if you've seen the MAP one, but it really looks like this one, and this one I ordered it from a guy here in my country who builds such things. You can probably, if you want one, you can check him out. But yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind him being inspired by the MA1 because I think the MAP1 is one of the best. And he did a damn good job with the welding. I mean, you can check for yourself. I mean, if you've seen my previous videos and you saw my welds and compare them to this, that's another story. Inside, you can see that you can barely even see that there's a weld from the inside. He managed to mask this really well. So yeah, it's very smooth. It's very well made here. As you can see, it's seamless basically. So yeah, I can't wait to install this in the car. Also, I'm gonna show you the step by step how I'm doing it. Hopefully it can help you. Of course, it's very easy to do it with just one exception, those two studs on the top. If you manage to remove them, you're good. If you can't, you need to remove the turbo and the downpipe. I already removed the downpipe and I know how painful this is, but luckily in my case, those come off easily. So I really hope that's the case for you too. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into removing the OEM one. Oh yeah, and in terms of weight, of course this is specific to every manifold, but since this is close to the MA performance one, it may be useful for you. So this is 6.2 kilograms, and the OEM one is well, I'll check out later when I remove it to confirm, but I think it was 3 point something or maybe 4 kilograms, but yeah, I'll let you know later. Right, time to get to work. So some prerequisites before we start doing anything. The strut bar has to go, the heat shield has to go, the engine cover, the upper intercooler pipe, and the intake, not exactly intake, but here where it plugs into the turbo inlet. It's just one bracket, just like this one. So I'm not going to record those because I think they're quite easy. As you can see, just a few bolts. I'm gonna start showing you once we have everything prepared and get ready to removing the bolts. Okay, maybe just a quick tip on this bracket here. So it's a 10 mil, and you can use this longer screwdriver, and you can just loosen it this way. Otherwise, you can't reach it. Other than that, this one came easy. Upper intercooler pipe, obviously easy. So we're moving on, and that's about it. Now we're ready to start working. Here, a heat shield, as you probably know, there are just 3 bolts. One is here on the back. Remove those, and the heat shield is coming out. Intake, as you can see, I haven't removed it fully. It's just that it's a bit on the side. You see why we'll have to access a few things here. But now we can easily remove it. So what we need to do, those 4 bolts these are nuts, these are bolts here, and then we have, I don't know if they are 8 or 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, they are 10. So in total 14 more pieces to remove, and the manifold should be out. So let's start with first those 4. These 2 are actual studs. So remove the nut and then you can double nut it and we can remove the stud, hopefully. If it doesn't work, well, you can try different methods to remove it, but if you can't, you will need to remove the downpipe and the turbo, which already have a video on that. It's not very pleasant, so I really hope for you that works for first time. If not, tough luck. Okay, so how to double nut. So this nut was removed. I removed those few pieces. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, then I added it back and I added some extra space, just enough so I can fit the other nut from the other stud. So this one goes in, and now I'm gonna use a tool to tighten this up while holding this with another tool, so this one holds tight. Let me show you. Okay, so something like that. This holds here, so the nut below doesn't move, and this tightens the nut above. Once you do that, you just after you do that, then go back to the lower nut and try to unscrew it. Basically, when you try to unscrew it, this will stop it from going up, and the actual stud will come up. That's the basic idea. It works in my case. Hopefully it works for you. And yeah, let's go. First one is out. Time for a second one. Okay, here's the second one. I'm just gonna keep it like that, so then I can insert it, because the insertion is basically double nut again. So 2 nuts, you screw the top, and then you counter the bottom, unscrew the top, and then this one is going to be staying. Next, for the bottom 2, I'm using this extension. By the way, those are all 14 mils studs too. So I'm gonna be using this extension just to be easier to reach, and it should come right off. Alright, so the turbo bolts are all loosened up. Now it's time to move to the head. I'm gonna show you first the first 4. I'm still going to keep using this extension for them. So the first one is right here. So as you can see, easy to unbolt. The second one is right here. Also, same thing. Third, over there, just like that. And the fourth one is right here. Maybe you could spray them with some WD the night before if you're worried, because they might be a bit rusty, but in my case they came off, so that's good. So yeah, use the tool, this extension for those, and for the rest of them we're going to have to use a different tactic, but I'll let you know how. Alright, for the next 2 bolts, those 2, for the top you can use the same thing but without the extension. This fits in right. For the bottom one, this one is too big to fit from the side, so you have 2 options. Either use this, it's the same thing, it's 40 mil but it's shorter, or use this and access it for the top. So for the top, of course, you just go in like this and you start wiggling it out, and from the other one you use your phone to view, and as you can see, reach from the side and ready to come off. For this one I use a combination of both, so I loosen it up with this, just like that. It's very, it's not as uncomfortable, but it's not very comfortable either. And then at one point I switched to the one from the top, because this, although it's smaller, it's still big and it hits the collector, so basically I can't get it out. So yeah, at one point I switched to the other one, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Should be easy to get out as well. So yeah. And here actually one of the studs decided to come out instead of the nut, so be prepared for cases like that.
it's not a big deal. We can just put it back later.
All right, on to the next set of bolts. So so the top one, same tool, 14 mil. It's easy to access, but the bottom one, unfortunately, you just need to access it from the top. So I have two options that I can show to you. First one is this. This is good because you can just twist it like that and make it come loose easily, but it's not very comfortable because you're actually in a bit of an angle. So this one is what I use to loosen it up, and then a little bit more, because this one has this extension back. So let me just quickly show you. I go here, and as you can see, we have a perfect fit here, so I can move it around. And once I loosen it up enough, then I go to the other two, and yeah, this should be good for you. And yeah, after that we have just two more left. So that one there was one of the tougher ones to remove, because in the end you have to, if you have bigger hands, I don't know how bigger fingers, I don't know how you can even do it, but yeah, you have to basically loosen it by hand, and yeah, you can drop it, and yeah, stuff can go wrong quick. For the next one, same tool, just like that. Whoops. Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable, but it's not that hard to remove this one specifically. And once we remove it, we go to the last. The last one is a bit tricky, so yeah.
Last one. Last time I did this one took me probably the most time, but since then I know how to do it quickly. First thing, you can see I'm on the car, and yeah, I have, of course, as you remember, I moved the intake a bit sideways, so you can spot it right there, hopefully. And now I can just squeeze my hand a little bit on the side, and I can barely reach it. So this is your wiggle room, but you can make it happen. So play around with it, and once you remove this, you're basically ready to go. Just be careful not to drop the gaskets. The turbo gasket is very loose. The engine, the head gasket won't fall, but this one may fall, so be careful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This time it did take me quite less time. First time it was very difficult, probably like 4 hours. Right now it's just, I mean, it's less than an hour and I'm already removing it. So yeah, practice makes perfect. I just want to show you what tools I used so far to remove the manifold. So here we have 3 different 14 mil tools. This is for the strut bar and the manifold, and this is 10 and a 7 mil, and this screwdriver with a 10 mil. This is for the intake and the intercooler piping. Keep in mind that the 7 mil is just for me. You're probably using the 10 mil, but I'm with a different pipe. So yeah, these are all the tools. Yeah, and the manifold is ready to be removed. So yeah. So while removing, you can see these plastic metal pieces are still there. I can, but it's difficult to remove them. So I think there's 2 also. So yeah, just be careful with them when you're removing it. And yeah, to remove it, so once you have everything, as you can see, it comes really easy. I won't record because I'll use my other hand to keep the turbo manifold. But yeah, as you can see, it's easy, and we don't have the strut bar, so it's gonna come very easy. Although keep in mind, you can also remove it with the strut bar. The problem is that the new manifold cannot fit without a strut bar, so that's why I removed it. Okay, I promised you weight, but as you can see, it's exceeding 5 kilograms. I thought it was 3 or 4, but actually it's over 5. So we're actually not gaining that much weight from the new manifold. New, as I said, is 6.2. This one is over 5. And it might just be a bit heavier than the OEM one, or maybe at the same weight, I don't know, but yeah, as you can see, here are indeed 2. Yeah, so you can use your pinky to remove them. All right, so yeah, over 5 kilograms, that's heavy as hell. And one more thing, one of the reasons why I am replacing this, that's a big crack, as you can see. It hasn't gone on the top side yet, hopefully, I don't know. Oh, it has, what? Maybe this one, or maybe not. Probably not, but do I have a crack here? I don't see. Or, oh yeah, I do. Whoa. So I thought of using this for my regular Lancer when I eventually one day add a turbo to it, but damn, this crack is bad. Yeah. Well, let's add a new one and let's drive happily. Here's a little side by side. Well, this one does look quite a lot better. And it looks easier to work on. I mean, look at this spacing. I mean, and compare that to this. This should be even easier to mount. But yeah, let's see. Because here this might be a bit more difficult. But yeah, I'll let you know. There were some fitment issues, unfortunately. These bolts here on the turbo were coming a bit not in place, they were a bit up. So I decided to try and bend it just a little bit so that it all comes into place, because it's very a millimeter, but it prevents me from bolting it up. But yeah, that's what you expect when you're not buying something from made in a factory, but custom made for you. Anyways, it's not that big of an issue, I can fix it. There we have it. The installation took quite a lot more than the removal. I had some fitment issues here. I had to remove one this plank that you can use to lift the engine, and yeah. But it's in now, so I'm gonna assemble everything. I'm gonna go do some test drive, and I'm gonna be doing the testing tomorrow, I guess. Alright, here are some results for you. So this is before and after with the stock tune. Basically whatever came from the factory, and as you can see, pretty much no difference at all. This is with the new and the old manifold, so no difference, and no difference in spooling actually. I mean, I'm talking about my experience here. So yeah, when I press the pedal, there's no delay in spool time, but there's no really noticeable power to be felt at higher RPMs. Story changes a little bit though when we go to the other versions where I have applied my tune. So here we see that we have some good improvement at higher RPMs mainly. So yeah, the virtual dyno says like maybe 20 more horsepower, but of course I can't fully believe that. The tests were also done in different temperatures, but I have adjusted them in the virtual dyno. But anyway,
this is the difference, and yeah, I think I can feel that. So yeah, we have some improvement in higher RPMs, but we're not finished here. I said in the beginning of the video that I have a surprise for you, so let me show you what it is. And here's the surprise. I went ahead, removed it, wrapped it in a heat wrap, added it back. This brown one is because I didn't have enough black material. The black one is titanium, the brown one is just regular, but anyway, shouldn't make any sort of difference, hopefully. So now I'm gonna do a proper before and after test for manifold with and without the heat wrap. So you're gonna see it for yourself. From what I've read, there should be like few horsepower gains because of the higher flow when the heat is preserved, but we'll see, because I haven't seen that many videos proving it. So here we go, some science. Alright, and to those who are curious, well, here's the difference before and after heat wrap. So basically no difference. This here is within the margin of error, I would say, because I had other ones, as you can see here, and sometimes the before is more, sometimes the after. But yeah, the general consensus, so to say, is that now the power is around 315, 320 wheel across different runs. So yeah, if we take that and like review what so far what we've done, the pipe, the manifold, the cut, the downpipe, so yeah, basically we have improved. As you know, I think the original horsepower is around 265 somewhere. So yeah, good bit of improvement. Of course, I mean, it's not that noticeable when you're like upgrading one component after another, but yeah, the results are here, and yeah, we're getting quite faster along the way, slow and steady. But yeah, heat wrapping doesn't really, probably it does improve the power, but very little. But what it does improve is the heat in the engine bay. So definitely, if you want, you can go ahead and wrap it, because otherwise it gets really hot near the manifold, and there are some cables there. So yeah, I don't want to risk that, so I decided to wrap it. And yeah, overall I don't regret it. So yeah, so to conclude, it was fun replacing it, although I had some issues with the fitment. Although this one very much looks like the MAP one, there were some issues, but yeah, I didn't want to bother you with this because this is my personal case. But in the end, it's there and it's working quite well. The improvement is noticeable, definitely not with a stock tune, but yeah, with when you're increase the boost, you can see the difference there. You can see how it unlocks some more potential out of your car. Yeah, I'm very happy now that I applied my tune. It's very fast. I mean, I don't know like if this is normal for other cars, other Evos, but now on second gear it's pretty much consistent. If I'm on a flat road, I get a little bit of wheel spin on 5000 RPM, so the car is very quick. So yeah, in terms of power, it's absolutely good. So yeah, and by the way, I'm on Michelin Cup 2, so wheel shouldn't be the problem. So it's still wheel spinning. I don't know, I'll check it to see if there's any other probably alignment issues or something like that, because I've noticed it's leaning a little bit on the left, so this may be causing some wheel spin when you apply too much power. But I don't know, definitely much faster now, and if I can't see a big improvement with each component separately, definitely now that I've added all these things, it comes together really well. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you're interested in more of what's going to happen with the car, as you can see, the seats probably already uploaded. And yeah, I have some more. I'm going to be doing a test for an intake before and after. I'm going to add the AEM versus the OEM and I'm gonna see how much power we gain out of that, with and without tune. And yeah, suspension is going to be next, although this will be more of my review other than concrete results. And cat back probably in a few months, I'll see about that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.